everybody, and welcome to my makeup tutorial. We're going to just talk a little bit about some basic, quick, out the door, easy peasy. Let me turn off my stuff. Easy peasy kind of applications. And so I began with face primer with my foundation. I also just put on my eye primer. Eye primer helps to keep your color just more vibrant, lasting longer. Same thing with, of course, foundation primer. It sort of fills in all the cracks and the bumps, and it's like an airbrush glow for your skin. And I do want to just tell you, we have quite a few foundation choices. I recently went to the Luminous. I have never been dry, never been normal to dry skin. I've been more oily my entire life. But I will tell you, as you mature, as your hormones change, your skin does change as well. And so if you've never just tried a little bit more of a moisturizing nighttime cream, if you're using all oil-free, try one time doing something that's a little bit more rich, or switching like I just did for the foundation, because I'm telling you, it has made such a difference in just that youthful glow. Normally when we are dry, we shrivel up and we might not even notice it, but I can always tell when I'm doing your makeup when your eyes are dry, because generally a lot of the ladies that I work with, their eyes are not hydrated enough. So of course your makeup will not spread. Your makeup will just be sucked in. Any kind of moisture, anything will be sucked into the skin because it's so thirsty. So of course, your dietitian here telling you to make sure you drink a lot of water, but also be cautious. I mean, the sodium is what kills us. So stop the process, be very cautious, try to get a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables. And of course, let's make sure we consume and hydrate properly. But internal hydration is important as well as external. So make sure before you go out in the morning, I go on my runs in the morning and I put a lot of moisturizer on before I hit that chilly, cool air. And that's important. I know some of you younger people may not want to do that with a product with oil, but when you get older, you probably need to have that little extra before you go outside. So those are some preparation tips. So I just did my eye primer as well. And I am going to pull up our brush collection. If you don't have a good brush set, you're just going to look more uneven. You're not going to look natural, and makeup really is all about bringing out your natural features. So today's look is very simple, very much about a natural kind of look. And I love using the spoolie. So the spoolie brush is part of the brush set. And one tip, one side is for the eyeliner and one side is for the eye brow. So I cleaned up the lashes because when you put on your foundation, sometimes that can get into the lashes. So you can actually see some of the foundation there. So we want to get that out so that we can then use our brow pencil. I pulled out a couple just to show you the colors, and we do have a blonde, we have a dark blonde, we have a brunette, we have a dark brunette, and then we have a black brown. And 10 points if you can guess my color. So comment below. By the way, as we're going through this, please put in your comments. We want to be able to give you some one-on-one follow-up, and each of you will receive that from me. I also will tell you I'll create a custom look for you. But for today, I'm just going to give you sort of a very general application technique, and we're going to start with the eyebrows, and then we'll move to the eyes. And then I will just pause the video and we can come back. You can come back another time for the other parts of the face. So let me just tell you that this color is the dark blonde. Let's just see what this would look like. I have my makeup mirror to the side here, so let me just try to show you. If I was to draw this on my skin, now why am I drawing it on my skin? I'm going to tell you in a minute, but you can see there, that's not bad, but actually it's too far away. So I wanted just to show you, but now I got to clean it up. I wasn't quite prepared for my cleanup. Hold on guys, I got to get my cleanup. I got to get my little applicator. The reason I wanted to do that was it's actually not bad, but I plucked my eyebrows as a kid, as a teenager, you know, when when we were like so excited to get rid of our eyebrows. Annie Lennox, she was the reason we all did that. Okay, let me just wipe that off. But you can see that color is not bad. That one was the dark blonde. This one, you can still see a teeny bit. Now, on top of that, I'm just going to do the brunette. So on top of my eyebrow, I'm going to put in that brunette color. So you really want to have it where it is a complete match to the lashes and the color of your hair. So I definitely still color my hair, and as I got older, my blonde disappeared. So I'm more of a brunette. So I'll just clean up that bottom part that we put the blonde. And if you are more fair than me, then you want to have a blonde. Now, so I want you to see this. See how this is the brunette, but there's my hair, my lash line. And I like the color of brunette because it's so natural in my hair. However, I don't like that I can still see it on my skin because I pluck so much, I have to draw a little bit. So therefore, one of the things that I do is I use both a dark brunette and a brunette. So what I tend to do is I outline with the dark brunette, because what I have found is on my skin, I'm very light-handed, but on my skin, see how now it looks like hair? So I actually use two colors. So why do I share that? Because you may experience that, you know, you can sort of see it on your skin, and we're all about having it natural. So I don't really put more on the hair because the hair has good color and I can always use the brunette. Our eyeliners are 14, but I love that it's a micro tip. So if you notice, you just turn it up, and it is a perfectly, let me see if my camera, sometimes it goes in and out. So this is one choice, and sorry, I can't talk and work at the same time. So I'm just going to fill in my, I'm just doing the outline as you notice, and then I come down a little bit. So you want to be 35 degrees here. You want to be straight up from your watermark, and then you really want to have that arch at about a 35-degree angle. So I got to go back with my brunette. So this is just how I do it. Like I said, I put it in the hairs as a little of the same color, but we still, even if you have hair, many times you have thinner patches. So the micro tip pencils are fabulous. Now these are 14, but so is the Tint. So I like the Tint for people who have hair. So it is like a little mascara for your eyebrow, and fabulous. Again, 14, great little stocking stuffer or gift for anyone who just needs to have, we all need brows. Okay, brows are like the frames for our face. However, once you do the brow, you still want to make sure you just have a gentle blending, and you can even use your makeup spray, which is not as close by. So I'm going to move on to my eyes. So you are going to take the all over powder brush, and we're going to use, this is just what I do on a general basis, you know, every single day. I love, love, love the Sandcastle. I almost call it Sandstorm. Sandcastle. My kids play in a lacrosse tournament, so Sandstorm. I'm like, that's not the right name. So this is just a wash. You're just putting a nice wash all over the lid, and I'm going to do that on both of my, so I pat, pat, pat. And I also, as you're patting it, notice how I'm not flicking it towards the ear. I'm coming down from the brow, and I can pat it into the skin. You can always blend it as it's on, but voila, super, super easy. So again, this brush is a part of our set. You get 6 brushes and the all over powder brush. and the eye spoolie brush are two of the brushes that come in it. So let's keep going. We're going to use the crease brush. So the crease brush is angled, and I like to just, this is again, just a super simple every day. I use hazelnut almost every day. If I want a little bit more drama, I will use one of these colors on the lid, but I'm going to show you just how to use these two basic colors, and then you can always add to it. So I put color on the tip of the brush. This is great because it's created to go into the crease, but then you can also blend it on the bone. So what I'm going to show you is you're taking the color, always starting from the outer area, because the place you start first will have the most concentration of color and you don't want to look cross-eyed. So you want to start at the outer area. This is our occipital bone. We all have one. I'm going to go right on this occipital bone, as this is the mid-tone color. Yes, I'm using a crease brush, but the brush is also meant to be used. If you turn it, you can use it in a couple of ways. Okay, so if I turn it to a vertical or horizontal, then I can actually get right into the crease. Okay, but if I'm going to use it as a mid-tone, then I just turn it to a vertical, and then I have a little bit more space for my application. So I'm going to just raise my eyebrow so I can see the bone. You can always pick up. I don't want to touch my brow, but you can pick up. Try not to pull out because it'll add wrinkles. So I am going to just take this color starting here, and I'm basically just window wash, like think of a car window, the windshield, excuse me. And I'm just going to go back and forth on this bone, and I'm going to blend it. So I'm almost going to the brow, but I'm not quite. Okay, so it's just a wonderful mid-tone color application. And as you go back and forth, you make it deeper. If you want to make your color lighter, you got to change brushes. It's one reason you really want to have two brush sets. But then you would just take a brush like this. This one is the eye smudger. And then you can just, with circles, you would just lighten. There's other brushes that you can also see how I'm doing the circles. That lightens the color. So again, I'm going to do, I might even put a little bit more on, but for today, I guess I'm going to just stop there. I'm going to blend and go to the other eye. So let me just do this other eye. You can press in, but try not to pull. Okay. So sometimes I'll turn it just so I can get the color where I want it, but then I will blend it by turning the brush. Okay. So I love this brush set. Is such a great price point for $55. You're going to get all 6 brushes. Now you can of course purchase the brushes separately. I like the carrying case that it comes with, but here's the thing. Brushes need to be cleaned. Yes, you do have to clean your brushes. And if you started breaking out, or you're like, oh, my skin does not look good, when is the last time you cleaned your brushes? So I tell people they need to be cleaned weekly, especially if you're using creams. Okay, so there we go. So you can see it's on the mid-tone. So creams require, because cream creates a bacterial, it just has more bacterial growth, has a great little environment for bacteria to grow. Powder, however, you can use the brush cleaner and have it really keep it simple and use this just every couple days, but you do need to clean them every 2 weeks with some kind of gentle hand soap or dish soap. So now I'm going to use the same brush, but now I'm going to get into the crease, okay? And I'm going to also get right into this corner area. I've decided to use so what am I wearing today? What do I feel like? I always go with what I feel. Don't just stick with the same thing, because you have a different mood every single day. So go with what you feel. Do something fun. And so I am going to do, what do I want to do? I sort of am in the mood. Believe it or not, I'm in the mood for a little bit of navy. So I'm actually going to do 2 things. Let me save that navy for my eyeliner. Okay, so I'm going to use this brush. I'm going to use the darker brown. I'm going to go ahead and I like this mahogany color, which is right here. So I'm going to take a little bit of this mahogany color, and I am going to act like it's going right into the eyeliner. And then I'm going to go right into this crease. Okay, see that? Now, you're like, ah, don't freak out because it's not blended when I do makeup, and I'm patting it. Notice how I'm just patting it. I'm not going to fling it because, and this is where as you're getting older, your skin starts to sag a little. Okay. Oh, this is a great time for me to tell you. If you happen to be like me, my eyes are shaped differently. So this one is more of a droopy. This one is more deep set. So this one is more hooded. This is more deep set. If you happen to have two eyes that don't completely match, you're thinking, how do I do my eyes? I have deep, I have hooded. Well, this is perfect because you can do a crease. So this is what we call a cut crease. And I'm not doing tons of the cut crease. Doing a real cut crease, I am going to have to take another 5 minutes, but I'm going to blend this. And so I'm going to go a little higher because I do want to make sure that I keep them as even as I can. Okay, so it's not been blended yet, but there you go. So these are my slow step-by-steps. I'm going to take a blending brush, and then I'm just going to continue to blend with small little circles until this area is blended and I am happy. Notice how I'm going in towards my circles, towards my nose here. And then when I get here, I go outwards. I just turn the direction of my circles, okay? I also really love the fact that having multiple brushes, now, oh, here, I'm going in, but then I'm going to be brushing it into, think of a triangle. I'm going to be filling in this part of the triangle. So again, pushing in, not pulling. I'm going to be just filling in right here. So you're creating a little bit of what we would call like an ombre, and you know, it goes from darker to more light as the lid continues. See that? Voila. At the very end, you'll clean up all the rest. So as I just press in, I can blend this color into the lid. I also sometimes go back and forth. I have multiple brushes so that I can have clean. So now I'm going to just pick up this brush, and this one is a clean brush. So I am going to not add more color, but in this one, I am going to be able to blend really well. I don't think I have two of my little smudge brushes. That's why I grabbed this one. And so this one, I'm just going to go on top of what I did and turn my brush and make sure I'm getting a good blend. Again, little circles. This one, make sure that I get my brow blended. Believe it or not, you do want to think about this area here because there is a darkness, and makeup is all an illusion. So what you're really doing is, where does light fall and where do shadows fall? So anywhere you have light is where you're going to have the highlight, and anywhere you have dark, you're going to have the contour. So now I'm going to have a little fun with my eyeliner. I'm going to do this evening navy down at the bottom. And for the eyeliner, I'm just pressing it right into the lash line. Okay. And then I'm going to go right underneath. Now see how it already flaked? So that's one reason you want to make sure that you have a really great powder brush so that you can get all of that extra off of the skin. And then I'm going to go right underneath. Okay. So you can of course use eyeliner, but I like to have a little bit of fun. And sometimes you want to try something new. Okay. So here I am finishing up my eye area. Before I like to go, one of my favorite tricks, I gotta grab it, darn it. One of my favorite tricks before I put on my mascara. Do I even have my mascara handy? I'm gonna have to get a new mascara. I like to use a little of our liquid eyeshadows. I love these liquid eyeshadows. So this is a different color. Let me see how this would look. Oh, that one's too dark. What was I doing? I used the wrong one. Let's wipe that one off. Are you watching still? You can still laugh at me. Ta-da! This is all you do if you mess it up. I have a lot of Q-tips handy. Q-tips become your best friend. Okay, so the inner part of your eye is always fun to have a little bit of sparkle. So I don't know, I've never tried this color, Meteor Shower, on the inner eye, but I am gonna grab my brush, my cream brush. And so when you do concealer, or you do, where is it? I have a teeny one. This is one of our travel brushes. You always want to have a cream brush. So I'm just going to pat, pat, pat this in the inner part of the lid, just for fun. I don't know what it's going to look like. We're going to just pull it all together at the very end. So it just gives a little bit of sparkle. If you're doing something and you want to bring it down into this crease, or into that little area of the watermark, gives a little bit more sparkle. Huh. Well, we'll have to see how this all comes together. Okay, so what I'm going to do, you notice I used quite a bit of brushes. I'm going to finish before I do my mascara, because I have to get the mascara. I want to talk about the Perfecting Corrector and our under eye corrector and our perfecting concealer. So the under eye corrector, I'm going to do it on my hand actually. So if you can, let's see if this is, I think you can probably get it. So right about here, you're going to see this is the under eye corrector. See, it has a little bit of peach in it, and the under eye corrector is great when you have dark spots. Now, here's the thing, you guys, makeup is fun, makeup is really helpful, but if you have a lot of these issues, then we need to focus on good skin care. And for example, if you have a lot of issues with your under eye puffiness, then I would say we need to make sure we're doing our eye patches, an eye cream and eye patches at least. Oh, so delicious. These are excellent for dark, puffy eyes, and they take care of some of the wrinkles because it's adding water, and that's why we look older when we are dehydrated. So of course this one would be for the part of your eye that has a little bit more of the purpley broken capillaries. How do you get broken capillaries? You also get those because if you're going to bed without taking off your eye makeup using an eye makeup remover, cleansers are not designed to melt away eye makeup. So you get something called eye mites, and that is disgusting and horrible right there. But the other thing that really happens is all that residual chemical that's left on your eye, it actually is causing an irritation to the capillaries below. So the capillaries break, you become, that causes the pooled blood, which looks more purple, and you can have an irritancy, which is the puffiness when you wake up. So you really want to go back to, number one, are you using our eye makeup remover, which is ophthalmology tested? Here's a little sampler of it. It is absolutely the best price ever because it takes off waterproof and regular, but also it will prevent all of that extra puffiness. So here is how I use our concealer on a daily basis. Now I'm using light beige because I am a beige. So I put it on. Now you can use the little pad that comes with it, but then what I do is I switch over to our cream brush. And so the cream brush, you would just stipple. So see how I'm just stippling it? I do have a little bit of genetics, you know, some darkness under my eye. So this is something that I do in addition to a really good eye cream and system. And so before I finish up the whole look, I'm going to just finish with my mascara, and we will do a follow-on video for the cheeks and powder and lips. Okay, so that is all about the eyes. I can't wait to hear what you are excited to try, what color combination. Post below what you enjoyed or what you struggle with. I really want to make sure that we can give you your own one-on-one tutorial and try some new colors. And that's exactly what your consultant does. She is excited to do that one-on-one tutorial, but also grab a couple friends and get free products. That is the smartest way for you to get head to toe Mary Kay. All right, talk to you in a little bit.